Welcome to another video. So in this video we're gonna solve another simple problem. It's very simple and the problem name is sleep. I just opened the page, you can see it's a very easy problem. So let's solve it. We're gonna use JavaScript. At first I'm gonna notice it. Anyways, let me describe this description box. Actually here the direction is all about we have a asynchronous function, and inside this function the function name is sleep, and we just take one parameter in this function that was milliseconds. And here we can see we just define date.now, that means the current date we store in a variable, and then we sleep for send 100 value in sleep parameter, and dot then there's definitely return a new promise. So dot then it will be console.log date.now. That means after resolving this promise, we have another date.now. That means after 100 milliseconds we have another time, new time, and new time minus the current time, that will be almost 100. So this is all about the problem. Here you can see we just have two examples for that. You can read. I just opened my VS Code and you can see I just copied the pattern found from LeetCode. Let's code it. Actually we have a current date, and after resolving the promise we have another new date. So that means T is not appropriate for here. Let's rename this. It's gonna be last time, because last time we calculated the current duration, that's why we named it last time. So date.now means after resolving this problem we have another date, another time, minus the last time we calculated. This differentiation will be always very close to 100. So we're gonna return one line code here that will be all about promises. So we're gonna return a new promise, and this function, this promise will always resolve. This function has no error or something like this, so we don't have the case of reject. We just resolve it, because you can see here the function is always return a new promise that will be always resolved. So let's set a timeout, set timeout. So we have a pattern here. We're gonna resolve the millisecond that is coming from our parameters, and the timeout will be the same millis. So this is all about our code, and if I run this, you can see it takes 117. That is too much, but I think actually in my machine it takes different types, because you can see whenever I run this code, the execution time is different. Sometimes it's close, sometimes it's too far from our expected result. That's not the matter. Let's check it, then we can talk about it. We paste it here and let's run this code. Okay, this runs and you can see it takes 36 milliseconds, and case 2 is also the same. So we have our expected result. We successfully done it. This is our code. Now I'm gonna talk one more thing about this problem, because you can see this is an asynchronous function. So this is very important. If we remove this asynchronous function, the function is returned, the function is working, but the problem is we are resolving a promise. So that's why it's very safe to use an async function. Another controversy, because whenever you use asynchronous function, you have to use the awaited version of your result. So in this case we have no awaited version, because our millisecond is not awaited from any source. It's directly pushed through our parameters and we use that. So that's why I think for this reason I don't need to talk about asynchronous function, but if you want you can. Now in every video we talk about time complexity. So let's define the time complexity for the code. So our time complexity will be simple, big of 1. So why this is bigger of 1? Let me talk about this. Actually you can see we just return a new promise, and If you know JavaScript very well, if you know how JavaScript is working, actually JavaScript is a single-threaded language, so it has microstacks and web APIs. So whenever we call the function, these promises or set timeouts or time intervals are stored in web APIs and they're resolved, and they waited for another call that is called callback. So they're waited for another call. Whenever I use a call, that the result is reserved from the queue, that's called micro queue. That's all about. I think if you know JavaScript very well, you understand what I'm talking about. So promise is actually resolved when you call the function, but it not shows immediately. It's stored in the web API, so that's why we can say this code is gonna take the time complexity of order of 1. That means big of 1. So that's all about it. I hope you understand this problem very well. If you find any doubt or confusion, you can comment below. Anyways, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe the channel and support me. I solve here LeetCode problems and every JavaScript problem in this channel, so you can follow me. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.